Alright guys, welcome back, and in this one I'm trying out a completely new and different type of video for you guys today. So right now we got a lot of things taking place in the 2023-2024 MLB offseason as Juan Soto just got traded to the Yankees the other day, and there are some big free agent names out there including Cody Bellinger, Josh Hader, Blake Snell, and the biggest of them all, Shohei Ohtani. And as of the time I'm recording this video, it's Friday, December 8th, 2023, and reports this morning were saying that Ohtani's decision is imminent and it could happen as early as today. And honestly, the decision could even come before this video is up on YouTube. And so I figured, why not try something new today regarding one of the most highly anticipated free agent signings in sports history, a once-in-a-multi-generation player that we haven't seen in 100 years since Babe Ruth in the MLB, and see what the 2024 MLB season could look like and outcome could be depending on where Shohei Ohtani signs. And so the way this is going to work is I'm going to be using MLB The Show 23 to simulate different scenarios of where Ohtani could sign. And the three teams we're going to be using in this simulation are the Toronto Blue Jays, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the San Francisco Giants. And those are the top three teams linked to him as of today, with reports saying the two finalists are the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. And I know there have been talks of other teams in the running as well, including the Cubs, and technically he could sign anywhere with how secretive this process has been. But these are the three most likely teams we're going to be using in this video. And one last thing before we get this started is I'm going to put out two polls as of the time this video goes up. And the first one will be asking you guys, what do you think Ohtani's contract will look like? 400 million plus, 500 million plus, or 600 million plus. And the other one will ask you guys, where do you think Ohtani will sign? Will it be with the Blue Jays, the Dodgers, the Giants, or somewhere else? And with all that said, it's time to get this thing started. Okay, so real quick, I want to explain how this video and process is going to work. So I downloaded a custom roster from the vault that is updated as of December 7th, which includes the Juan Soto trade to the Yankees, as you can see right there. It had over 1,000 downloads, a high rating, and I went through and I checked all the big free agent signings and trades that have happened since November 10th with the last live roster update MLB The Show put out. And so what I did from there is I used that custom roster and then edited those rosters to have Ohtani on each of the three teams that we're going to be simulating this one, between the Giants, the Dodgers, and the Jays. And what I'm going to be doing is creating three different franchises with each team that has Ohtani on the roster. And then I'm going to simulate one whole season in each franchise to see how where Ohtani signs affects both award winners and also postseason teams and the World Series winner. And so these are the free agents that are left as of today using the base custom roster I downloaded. So obviously we have Ohtani. We're going to be assigning him to teams based off the scenario. But there's other big names like Bellinger, Blake Snell, Josh Hader, Clayton Kershaw. And I do have to say, these guys will not be on teams at the start of each franchise season, but they will be signed throughout the year. So it's not going to be perfect. And this is just a simulation, guys. So whatever happens in this is not accurate of what is going to happen in real life. But it'll be fun to come back to this video a year from now comparing how the 2024 MLB season actually played out. And I mean, I could technically assign these guys to teams as well, but depending on where Ohtani signs will affect where these guys go as well. And I'm trying to minimize variables, so I'm just going to let the CPU randomly assign each time in a franchise. All right, so now that I explained how this worked, let's get on with our first scenario. Shohei Ohtani signing with the Toronto Blue Jays. So let's start a new franchise with the Blue Jays. We're going to load the Ohtani Jays roster that has Ohtani on the Blue Jays. We'll select the Toronto Blue Jays as our team. We're going to leave all the default settings here. And for each franchise and scenario, we're going to turn each task on auto manage to let the CPU have full control over the simulation and me not have any input on it. And we'll start each franchise from spring training as well to keep it as real as possible. And real quick, I just want to show you guys and verify that Shohei Ohtani is on the Blue Jays in this franchise based off the roster we loaded. And without further ado, it's time to start simulating spring training in the regular season. So after simulating a whole season, the Blue Jays did not make the postseason. They went 77-85 with Ohtani. And real quick, let's see who made the postseason and then the World Series, and then we'll look at the award winners after all that's said and done. So the Rays ended up winning the AL East. They were 162, and the Yankees got the wild card at 99-63. The Guardians ended up winning the AL Central at 81-81. And the Rangers ended up winning the AL West at 98-64, and then the Astros got a wild card at 92-70, and the Mariners got a wild card at 88-74. And then in the NL East, the Phillies won the division at 103-59, and the Braves got a wild card also at 103-59, and the Marlins got a wild card at 86-76. The Brewers ended up winning the NL Central at 88-74, and the Reds got a wild card at 87-75. And finally, the Diamondbacks won the NL West at 97-65. And here's what the playoff bracket looks like, and now it's time to simulate and see who wins the World Series. And it turns out the Astros defeated the Brewers in the World Series. And I know it says 2023, but because this is MLB The Show 23, the start season is 2023. But all the players and rosters were updated as of where we're in free agency today, with Ohtani on the Blue Jays. And here are all the reward winners from the season. Jose Altuve won the American League postseason MVP. And Christian Yelich won the National League postseason MVP. The World Series MVP ended up being Alex Bregman. Your NL MVP was Matt Olson. And surprisingly, Yordan Alvarez won the AL MVP over Ohtani. Garrett Cole ended up winning the AL Cy Young. Spencer Strider ended up winning the NL Cy Young. Freddie Freeman won the NL batting title. Yordan Alvarez also won the AL batting title. Matt Olson also won the NL Hank Aaron Award. And Yordan Alvarez also won the AL Hank Aaron Award. And so that pretty much does it for the Shohei Ohtani to Blue Jays scenario. And I know I'm only doing the simulation one time each, but we're just doing this for fun. Okay, and next up is the Shohei Ohtani to Los Angeles Dodgers scenario. So let's go through and start a new franchise again. Load saved rosters. We're going to do the Ohtani Dodgers roster that I saved with him on the Dodgers. Select the Dodgers as our team. Leave that the same. Auto. Start at spring training. And real quick before I start simulating again, just to show you guys that Ohtani is on the Dodgers in this roster. And it's crazy to see him as the third highest overall player behind Betts and Freeman at 99s as well. But without further ado, it's time to simulate spring training in the regular season. So after simulating spring training in the regular season, the Dodgers finished at 103-59, won the division, and made the playoffs. And so real quick, let's take a look at the playoff bracket. We'll simulate the postseason and see who wins the World Series in this scenario. So in the NL West, obviously the Dodgers won the division, like I said, at 103-59, and then the Padres also got a wild card at 90-72. The Brewers won the NL Central at 91-71, and the Cardinals got a wild card at 84-78. And in the NL East, the Braves won the division at 95-67, and the Phillies got a wild card at 86-76. In the AL East, the Orioles won the division at 98-64, and the Rays got a wild card at 90-72. The Guardians won the AL Central at 86-76. And the Rangers won the AL West at 89-73, and the Mariners and the Astros both got a wild card at 89-73. There was a three-way tie, but the Rangers had the tiebreaker over all of them. And the Mariners had the tiebreaker over the Astros. Wow. If that happens in real life next year, if Ohtani goes to the Dodgers, you heard it here first. And that's what the playoff bracket is looking like, and now let's see who wins the World Series. And so the Dodgers ended up getting defeated by the Phillies in the NL divisional round. Wow. And the Guardians ended up beating the Phillies in the World Series, and I'm actually happy for them with the Indians losing, in 2016? A 3-1 lead on the Cubs. And they finally got that World Series here. Wow. So Bryson Stott ended up winning the NL postseason MVP, and Bo Naylor ended up winning the American League postseason MVP. And Tyler Freeman won the World Series MVP. The NL MVP was none other than Ohtani, no surprise there. And the AL MVP was again Mike Trout. Framber Valdez ended up winning the AL Cy Young, and Spencer Strider won the NL Cy Young, just like in the other scenario as well. Ohtani also won the NL batting title, and Juan Soto won the AL batting title with the Yankees. Mike Trout also won the AL Hank Aaron Award, and Ohtani also won the NL Hank Aaron Award. And so that pretty much does it for the Shohei Ohtani to the Los Angeles Dodgers scenario. And now it's time for the final scenario, Shohei Ohtani to the San Francisco Giants. So let's go ahead and load up our last franchise. Start a new one, load the Ohtani Giants roster that has Ohtani on the Giants. Go ahead and select the Giants as our team. Leave all this the same. Change all these tasks to auto manage. Start it from spring training like the other two scenarios. And finally, a real quick look at the roster to show you guys that Ohtani is on the Giants in this franchise. And now it's time to sim spring training in the regular season. So after simulating spring training in the regular season, the Giants ended up finishing the season at 86-76. They made the postseason as a wildcard team and are playing the Dodgers in the first round. So in the NL West, the Diamondbacks won the division at 94-68. The Dodgers got a wild card at 92-70. The Giants got a wild card at 86-76, and the Padres got a wild card at 84-78. Every single wild card spot went to the NL West. That is crazy. That division was crazy in this scenario. And the Brewers ended up winning the NL Central at 105-57. And the Braves won the NL East at 114-48. Goodness gracious. Then in the AL East, the Yankees won the division at 91-71, and the Rays got a wild card at 89-73. The Guardians won the AL Central at 96-66, and the Twins got a wild card at 93-69. And the Astros won the AL West at 94-68, and the Rangers got a wild card at 92-70. And so that's what the playoff bracket is looking like, and now it's time to see who wins the World Series. And so the Giants ended up getting eliminated by the Dodgers in the wild card series. And it turns out the Yankees ended up defeating the Dodgers in the World Series. I'm sure the MLB would love to have that as a World Series between two big market teams. I think the viewership would be up on a World Series like that too. In terms of season and postseason awards, Betts ended up winning the NL postseason MVP. And Alex Verdugo ended up winning the AL postseason MVP, who just recently got acquired by them in real life as well. And your World Series MVP was Stanton. Corey Seager ended up winning the AL MVP. And the NL MVP winner was Ronald Acuna Jr. Spencer Strider ended up winning the NL Cy Young, and he won it in every single scenario. So I think we're guaranteed Strider wins a Cy Young next season. And Garrett Cole won the AL Cy Young, and I think he won it in the first scenario as well. Yordan Alvarez won the AL batting title, and Nico Horner won the NL batting title. Ronald Acuna Jr. also ended up winning the NL Hank Aaron Award, and Corey Seager also ended up winning the AL Hank Aaron Award. And so that pretty much does it for the Shohei Ohtani to San Francisco Giants scenario. And that also wraps it up for this video. And so based off of the results, apparently no matter where Ohtani goes, he's not winning a World Series next year, but you never know what could happen. And if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, especially relating to real life MLB stuff, let me know down in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. With that said, I'll see you guys next time.